the hard part of children's book is that business-wise, you have two audiences that you need to, because fine, the child may like it, but if the parent doesn't feel or guardian doesn't feel that that's something that's going to add value, you know, then they won't.
Where do you get the ideas from?
The ideas, probably just from listening to my children.
Yeah.
Want that, and also just looking out into the world and saying, I think that would be interesting. Do people even know that that exists? Because you see, besides us here, there's also the Kenyans in the diaspora.
Oh, yes.
And the Kenyans in the diaspora, they want so badly for their children to connect with where they came from. So that's also, you know, another audience. But you are right about Ben Momani. He's a young guy, a great illustrator. We work well together. You know, I write up the story and give direction a little bit of what I want the pictures to look like. But usually I let him free on his artistic flair.
Yes.
And then, you know, he can come back and I say, or yes. But most of the time he's right on point on what it is that I'm trying to bring out. Sometimes I feel he's just way too more detailed than I want to be. I'm like, just make a stick. And he's like, no, I can't make a stick. It's not going to flow, you know. Yeah. So
it helps having, you know, such a partnership with, you know, someone who's also a creator. They understand how to bring out, you know, the words in illustrations. Because kids they will learn quickly visually, you know.
And also because kids are first going to be drawn to it because of the color and the pictures. Like with the Safari Rally book, as you can imagine with the boys, their favorite page is this one of Ruka.
Let's see.
Where the car flies over. That's, you know, many of them. And not just boys, also girls, because I also wanted to make sure that I brought out that even girls, you know, are into Safari Rally, because now we have a lot of women who are in the Safari Rally space. So somebody made a comment and said that I brought out the women thing without saying woman, you know, being subtle about it. So yeah, so he does a good job. Like, you know, he'll make a face and I'm thinking, no, Ben, that girl doesn't look cute enough.
Yes.
You know? Or whatever, or her nose is too big.
Yes. As a business then, I'm sure in as much as there is the creativity bit of it and desire to have this book written out for your child, there is a business side to it, and this is the making money aspect to it.
Absolutely.
How are you finding that?
Man. So when I first started out, I thought to myself, you know what? Okay, so the typical way of writing books is that you write it, you have your manuscript, and you go to a publisher.
Yes.
So sorry to say, but when I went to the local publishers, the first thing I was asking, I was so confused when they asked me this was, it's for what class? Standard 1, 2, or 3? And I'm thinking, no, it's not a textbook like for Somaing. It's actually just a storybook, and we were not connecting on that language at all, you know. So and I found out that I think, if I'm not wrong, 90% or more of the books published are done for the curriculum.
Oh yes.
So I looked at that, the publisher. So fine, they're going to publish it, market it, and all that. And when I looked at what I got back, it didn't make sense. So I thought to myself, well, there are these indie writers who are self-published. Let me check and see what can happen in that space. So obviously then the work becomes more for you, because now not only are you the creator of it, you have to check around for a place to publish it. I mean, to print it.
Yes.
And then once it's printed, you have to do your own marketing.
Yes.
So it's a lot more work, but in this digital world, it's become easier, because now you just go straight to your customer as opposed to having to wait on somebody to do it. So I got a local publisher. I wanted to do it as much as possible locally. And I was amazed. We have very good printer companies. Yes. So we did it at Talitha Graphics and did a fantastic job, to the point that there are people who come up to me and ask me, so did you print it? Wasn't it expensive to print it in London and then bring it back? I'm like, no, not in London, right here.
Right here, yeah.
Right here.
If you give them the chance to actually deliver.
Yes, and it's cheaper. It's cheaper. I know I know you will think it's probably cheaper to take it to the UK or quality, what. No, it actually ends up being quite affordable.
Yes.
So of course then the problem with that is that you have to do in bulk, for the price to come down.
So it means you have to set aside a bit of money.
Yes, you have to set a bit of money, because I figured I would rather print many books and then my work now becomes to push it. As opposed to, I read many business books. I've done business on my own, so I read many business books that said that you do not want to have a product that is being wanted and you don't have enough. And that made sense, because the first time Textbook Center featured, I believe it was the Big Five book as a book of the month, they called, and their question was, do you have enough books? Do you have 100 books, 100 copies of your books that you can bring for us to do it as a book of the month?
Yes.
So, and of course, the reason why they asked that question was because it's possible for you to be book of the month and then you get an influx of people. Indeed. And there are no books.
Oh, yes.
You know, so it's better to have them. Then the work that is left on you is to push it. And even going to like Shamba Cafe in Loresho, they usually have a Saturday where you book a table, you pay a fee for the table, then the people who come through will come and, what are they called? Fairs.
Yes.
Like book fairs, or different places have book fairs. So even going there is another pool that this is actually happening, that there are books.
Plus you get to meet the moms that would buy this book for their child. They get to interact with the author. They understand your background. Especially
when they say, can you sign it for my child? So of course you start thinking, I'm so famous.
You're getting there. It was just the other day that you started this. When was this?
I know, I started the first book 2019.
Yes.
Yeah, 2019.
Wow.
Actually, late 2019. And you know, at the time I thought, you know what, even if all I impact is just the 100 kids around me, so be it.
Yes.
Until I started seeing how people are reacting, and I'm like, oh, okay, this can be a thing.
And now this is going beyond you.
Yes, it's definite. Now we have people who have no idea who I am.
Yes.
Buying the books.
Yes.
That is, you know, and now trying to get the feedback of. What do you think? Even the librarians, you know, the teachers, looking all over for you. There's space in this. We should have many more people. There's definitely space in this.
Have you broken even?
Have I broken even? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I have.
So now, what's the next phase of your?
To keep writing them. One, to keep writing, because there's still a lot more content to write.
Yes.
And then also diversify. The other day my son told me something to do with March. I had no idea what that. Oh, Mom, you're going to make some March?
Oh, merchandise.
Yeah, I had no idea that's what that was. I know. So, Mom, you're going to make some March?
It must be interesting to get them also excited and in your journey.
So, you know what I was thinking? At time it's my 9-year-old telling me, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, what's that? Until I think I don't remember what he was watching. Maybe something to do with like in a Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I saw it written March. I was like, oh, that's what that March was. You know?
And that's actually a great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I have read your book, so then I would like to rock Amani.
Yes.
I'd like to rock the suit. I'd like to rock,
Yes, exactly.
And those are the things that fascinate.
And now we are, our children, because of how exposed they are not like us. Because of how exposed they are, what they ask for is so different. And what they are aware of is so different. So even like birthday parties, you know, when there's birthday parties and, you know, you have those paper cups and paper plates, you know, and just something that is revolving around children. But then the hard part, honestly, when it comes to stuff like that is, I wish we could get, and maybe I thank God for your YouTube channel, because then I get to see different people doing different things, is even finding out, okay, because the first thing you're told is check in China or check Alibaba.
Yeah, you do not know who locally
you don't know who you can go to. you know.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I think you featured somebody to do with sweatshirts.
Yes,
you know,
hoodies
the
and
hoodies
sweatshirts,
and
yes.
stuff. Yeah, so I'm thinking, yeah, you know.
Duffy in Kawera, and she does an amazing job with customization and the like.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yes. So if we could just even, because it is easier when it's done here, because then I can just run to Kawera and tell her, no, that I needs a dot higher.
Oh, yes.
You know, but by the time I'm calling a guy in China, you know.
You've already sent an order, and it must have been a bulk order. You sent a payment, you can do reiterations,
You know, so I thank God for your channel, because then you get to know other people that are doing things. That way we can tap into each other.
Indeed.
Because sometimes I feel like we're our own worst enemy when we think of going abroad.
Yes.
When they like the Talitha graphics. Honestly, I was stuck on where I was going to print these books.
Yeah.
And I didn't even, because I think they do the True Magazine. I don't know who they do. The different books that they do.
Yes.
When I went in and I saw the work that they do, I was like, yeah, these guys can do it.
Yeah.
And they're doing it at an affordable price. So, yeah. So I think we need to support each other more.
Yeah.
And not immediately think to go outside. But then, unfortunately, we have no database of where I can go locally to ask these questions. So, yeah. Let me read an excerpt of my Amani and the Big Five. Here we go. Hi, I'm Amani, and today I am going to the Masai Mara. Woohoo! It's a big, huge, ginormous game reserve in the south of Kenya. The coolest thing is the Big Five live there. What are the Big Five, you ask? They are the most dangerous and most difficult animals to hunt on foot in Africa. Let me tell you about them. Did you know a lion's roar can be heard from 8 kilometers away? That's 5 miles away. That's a good thing, so that you can run and hide. You know it's coming, right? Okay. And then a lion sleeps for 20 hours a day. Can you imagine? 20 hours a day. A day has 24 hours, and the lion sleeps for 20 of those. I don't understand. The lion is a carnivore. Carnivore means that it eats meat only. And the family of lions is called a pride. For more like this, get the copy and find out about the other Big Five. And don't forget that we also have Amani at the Safari Rally and Amani on a space adventure, and you can get them at Textbook Center, Rafu Books, right here at Soma, Nami, Nuria Bookshop, and online even on Amazon. Okay? Thank you.